this more fair distribution of capital, everybody in the protocol is has access to significantly more value than they did before it was paused and after launch. So between, which none of these other type of protocols that are, none of them are similar, but are doing, the whole 2 asset on 1 contract protocol. The way that they implement pricing is by having the developer send BNB or whatever to the contract, which immediately gives them half of the supply of the asset that determines their ROI from day one. That's how they set the price. Then from then on, they can compound that and own 90+% of the contract within just a couple weeks. And this is why none of these models have been sustainable. That along with a few other things that we've fixed, right? We've implemented a model where we essentially trick the contract into thinking that we deposited to set the price. This way, there's no developer getting 50% of the supply up front. And then we choose a high seed value, which ensures the first person that buys gets a slightly better rate than, someone that buys 3 or 4 days later. But it's not so vastly different that it becomes unfair or unsustainable, right? So it has a type of bonding curve type of model to determine the price that people are getting credited at. And this is, the ideal way to do one of these kinds of launches. And when we go live, there will be no outstanding truffles, meaning there will be no one that has truffles available to claim. When you account for this and the 20% bonus that new capital entering the protocol will earn for depositing the first 48 hours, it means that anybody that gets in the first 48 hours is not only getting in at the ground floor, they're also getting a bonus on it. So I believe just due to basic market logic that PIGGY is going to pump so much harder simply due to the fact that it's not being minted. This way, 5% of all deposits which are going to a burn address, and the PIGGY token will be highly deflationary. There's also a 3% tax on selling PIGGYs. So when you account for this, it's a 5% burn rate on deposits, 5% burn rate on withdrawals, 3% burn rate on selling only, right? Not on buys. It's not being inflated through minting. We have this amazing piggy bank protocol that is starting off with 82% of the supply locked in it. I mean, this thing's gonna move like crazy. I never give price predictions, but I mean, it's kind of obvious what's gonna happen here. I won't give a price prediction, but it's very obvious what's going to happen when this thing goes live and is unpaused, right? Now, we're going to get this done in the next couple of days. Tomorrow, right? Because I don't want to. I want to get on a call. I want to just do some planning on exactly what date we'll pick. Just to make sure my partners will be on at the same time and all of that stuff. So I'll give the date tomorrow, and then we go live then. And while PIGGY is being traded, and while the piggy bank is live, we'll start the V3 migration for the Animal Farm scripts. When I say scripts, I mean the mastership contracts and token. to allow people to allow us, because it's only the Dogs MasterChef contract which is relevant here, because the Pigs MasterChef contract, the one that pays out pigs, it only has Dog BUSD, Dog BNB, Drip BUSD, and Dogs staking. None of these are able to earn collateral or are able to be lent out to PancakeSwap to earn additional yield through collateral rehypothecation. So it's only the Dog token and the Dog MasterChef that this is relevant to. So what this allows us to do is go live with Piggy Bank, go live with Pigs, which is extremely bullish for the reasons I just explained, while we migrate the MasterChef, the Dogs MasterChef, and the Dogs token over to PancakeSwap V3. This way, we can continue to earn a huge yield, right? 40% off of hundreds of thousands, if not billions of dollars, is way too much money to pass up. I mean, it's one of the major cash flows of the protocol that makes the protocol work, right? It's how it's one of the major cash flows that allows us to pay out a BUSD dividend. And I should say that when we did the initial launch of Animal Farm, we've only done buybacks and injections of the capital that was migrated over from Manor Farm. We have not tapped in to any of the capital from the collateral rehypothecation. So Pigpen hasn't seen, any benefit from that at all. So, and the reason why we did this is because we wanted to get through the capital that we had from the Manor Farm, and we also didn't want to inject millions of dollars in BUSD payouts for people that only cared about getting in and out in the first month. So we wanted to utilize the Manor Farm migration capital first, while we allowed the collateral rehypothecation capital to build up, which now there's millions of dollars ready to go, and then inject that into the Pigpen over time for people that are long-term holders in the protocol, right? So to kind of wrap it up, here are really our two options and what we decided to go with, right? Our options were launch Animal Farm and launch Piggy Bank with Pigs token now, but due to the fact that PancakeSwap just announced that we will not be able to earn yield on V2 and we would need to migrate over to V3, we would need to essentially shut down these contracts and do a major migration process anyways, if we wanted to take advantage of this major, part of the project. Or we launch it, we don't take advantage of the collateral rehypothecation, which I don't think is an option, right? Because that's a major part of the project. That's extremely bullish for the project. Or we launch Pigs, we launch Piggy Bank, Pigs goes live, with multiple high-end deflationary models going on, both in the contract and the token itself. People can utilize the Piggy Bank, which is where 82% of the pigs are anyways, and really benefit from that. And instead of, going live with Animal Farm just to, shut it down at some point in the near future to do the migration, we would have to do that due to the decentralized nature of our MasterChef contracts. They do not allow us, and the token, they don't allow us to just take the LP from the V2 pool and move it over to the V3 pool, right? This is something that requires, a whole community effort, similar to what we just did with pigs. So it would be a big process, anyways. And this is something that PancakeSwap just announced, right? We knew that PancakeSwap, we found out recently that PancakeSwap would be migrating over to V3. We didn't know that they would just announce that they're shutting down the emissions for V2 to force people to migrate. This is news that just broke, essentially. So I think it's pretty much perfect timing that it just broke now, because it gives us the perfect opportunity to do the migration without needing to, go live and then have this, massive migration process in a couple weeks. Say if they announced it in a couple weeks, we would have went live today and then needed to do the migration process anyways. So part of doing the migration process means new V3 MasterChef contracts, which also means we could put in implementation that will, just in case PancakeSwap again decides we're doing V4, we're shutting down emissions on V3, we can easily do that migration over to V4, for example, if they do that. So this isn't the first time PancakeSwap has done this. PancakeSwap version V1, they essentially announced basically out of the blue one day that they were launching V2, and then very shortly after that cut emissions. So this is kind of PancakeSwap style. For whatever reason, they like to just basically announce very shortly before they do something that they're going to do it, and then some of the implications that come after that, such as shutting off the emissions or whatever, they don't announce it at all ahead of time. They just launch V3, and and we all knew for a few days, for a week or whatever, that they were preparing to do V3, and then they just, with no advance warning, say, all right, we're stopping emissions on V2 to get people to migrate over to V3. So, anyways, what I'm going to do is unpause the chat, add a bunch more mods so we could handle the bots and scammers that are trying to take advantage of the fact that we're having an event today. And I will be scheduling the AMA for tomorrow. I'll be scheduling a major YouTube interview with a YouTuber who has 1.5 million subscribers, right? And getting a few more big interviews lined up for the next few days, just to increase the promotion of the piggy bank and pigs contract. So it goes extra hard when we unpause it. And that's where we're at, right? So is it kind of a pain in the ass that PancakeSwap just announced that they're ending emissions to V2? Yes. I wish they were not doing that right now. Is it pretty good timing that they just announced it right before we went live? So we have the ability to do the migration now and not go live with immutable contracts that we then, are forced to basically pause in a couple weeks or whenever they did announce it to do a massive migration process. That's that's actually pretty great timing. and that is something to be pretty happy about. Also, this allows the pig token to get a massive jump on things because 82% are locked up in the piggy bank anyways. There's massive incentive to get in the piggy bank when it goes live, and the pig token will be highly deflationary, and it will not be being minted from the farm. So, I mean, pig token, I expect it to just go, I'm very hesitant to make price performances, to make a price prediction, but it has all of the game theory logic there to really do something crazy. Everybody already expected the pig token to super pump when we unpaused here, just to the fact that basically all of it's locked up, and there's this huge demand to get into the piggy bank when we go live. Now consider the fact that it's also not being minted. So it's very exciting. I am happy that at least they did announce it today before we went live, so we are able to make that migration adjustment. And that's that, guys. So I'm gonna jump out of a call. I'm gonna jump off in this group. I'm gonna jump out of this group and jump on a call with my two partners so we can pick a day, and then I'll let you guys know tomorrow what that day is, and we're ready to go, right? So basically, today we were ready to go with Animal Farm anyways. I just realized before last night that there was going to be a small UI issue, right? Where it would say we would have to make a slight adjustment, or else people would think that they're owed a lot more pigs than they actually are. Because of the way that it determines what is pending available dogs, right? So we needed to make that slight adjustment today, which would have taken, the testing to see whether we needed to do that or not was already done by noon by the time I got on the call, and it would have taken less than an hour to make that adjustment. But people in the DAO, kind of luckily, people in the DAO in Bartertown, were all hitting me up, letting me know PancakeSwap just said that they're stopping emissions for V2. What are we going to do about that? That's a big deal for the farm. And, that the timing couldn't be better, honestly, on that. So let me stop the call, unmute the chat, and I will be giving an update very shortly on the date. So, all right, guys, just be patient. I know that can be hard to do, but we are really ensuring that we just have the perfect launch, right? We're doing the due diligence to make sure we are as secure as possible, even to the point where if we thought there'd be a minor UI bug, we were going to address it before launching. Now PancakeSwap made this announcement, and the timing really couldn't be better because it allows us to do the migration before we go live again. That way we don't have to go live and then they announce it a couple weeks from now, and then we have to pause it to do the migration, right? And in the new V3 MasterChef contracts, we will add the ability to migrate the LPs to a V4 of PancakeSwap if that happens. And we could do that by putting a extreme limitation on where we can migrate LPs, right? So this way, it still has that decentralized, fully secure model. But in case PancakeSwap does this again and launches a V4 and shuts down emissions on V3, we can make that migration without needing to pause anything. So, these are the pluses and minuses of being fully decentralized. When you're fully decentralized, when it comes time to do a big migration or anything like this, it requires the whole community to participate, which of course is what you want, but it just it takes a bit of extra work, but we're willing to do that extra work, and in the end it makes us more secure and a better protocol. So I'm gonna hop off now, guys. I'm gonna unmute the chat and jump on a call, but I'll be in the chat answering people's questions and everything. But I could not be more bullish on the PIGS token and what the PIG token is going to do when we unpause it. And I'll have a date for that very soon.